Hey guys, I want to talk about vinyl record clubs, like monthly record clubs, and this is going to be a one-take video. Hopefully I don't stumble too hard over my words. Usually edit them pretty meticulously, but this one, I just want to share vinyl record clubs because if you don't know, I'm kind of starting a somewhat informal one in relation to the fact that I'm opening a record store with my buddy Roland. If you missed that video, make sure you check that out. Big announcement, been talking about it for a while in theory, and now I got to announce it, and it's been such an amazing reception thus far. Part of what the store is going to have is a monthly record club. Now, I wanted to start one because I feel like a lot of people follow this channel because they tend to enjoy my recommendations. They think I have a pretty good taste in music, and that's all extremely flattering. But I think I could take that to another level by doing a curated record club, by taking albums that I think people would love in every single month, providing them with them. And thinking about it, I want to think about some of the other kind of bigger clubs and the pros and cons, and I don't want to go into too much detail, like a full deep dive, but the three that come to mind right now are Vinyl Moon, Bandbox, and Vinyl Me Please. Vinyl Me Please is obviously the biggest club. You know, every month they have multiple tracks. They have a classics, a hip-hop, and essentials, I think that there are the three tracks. And, you know, they pick a record of the month. Everyone gets that record. And with Vinyl Me Please, there's a lot of pros in the sense that a lot of their records are high quality. They do really good jackets. They do really good, you know, special variants. They have a lot of care when it comes to usually the mastering and things like that. They really think about that stuff, which is great for collectors and listeners alike. Unfortunately, some of the downsides are that their curation tends to be a little hit or miss. For every one amazing record, there's usually a few that are not so great, somewhat common, maybe not as desirable. And when you're locked into a subscription, the price matters, and their prices have gone up significantly. Last year they had a big price increase, and I think that was probably a bad thing overall, just because I think to justify the prices that they have, which are fairly high, you need to be putting out consistently amazing records. And for one record a month, the price that they have, I don't know, I can see it being hit or miss. And, you know, some months I'm just like, whatever, I got what I got. Some months I'm like incredibly impressed, but it's so up in the air. And I think the price is a big factor as to any disappointment there. Vinyl Moon, for example, which is a company that I used to do some consulting work for. I think that they're great. The concept is amazing. So Brandon, who's the curator, he finds a bunch of up-and-coming smaller artists. Maybe they don't have any full albums out. Maybe they don't have anything on vinyl. And he picks and sequences a bunch of tracks to form like a kind of playlist vibe. And he gets an amazing visual artist to do the art, whether it's a complex packaging, the visual on the gatefold, or whatever it may be. In theory, this is great. It's great for music discovery. It really provides a beautiful package every single month, really cool variant. In execution, for me at least, I think it ended up clouding my shelves with a bunch of records where I only really liked one or two of the songs enough to justify it. Like, these artists, while good on first listen, I don't know if a lot of them would justify me purchasing their LPs and putting it in the collection, because after some point, space gets to be the king factor when it comes to your record collection. Eventually, you run out of space, and if you can't buy any more Kallaxes or whatever you put them in, that's a problem. Vinyl Moon is basically something that's fun for a few months, but eventually, you know, it wears off because it's not as much about cohesive records as it's about discovery and appreciating the art. So for me, not something that's like a long-term thing, just a couple months here and there. And then Bandbox I really like because what they do, it's not a mystery like Vinyl Me Please as much. It's more so they provide usually a specific variant of that record. And the record every month is usually a record people know. They've done stuff from Death Cab for Cutie, from Not a Surf, just artists people appreciate, and they do a special variant. But what I like is the personalized touch with the zine. They include a little magazine that has interviews with the artists and facts and little fun things that kind of help bring the album closer to you as a listener and as a fan. And I think that's cool, and their prices are reasonable, and, you know, I think that's a pretty good model for the club. What I would like to do for the Too Many Records record club is I want to try to provide a little more bang for your buck, and, you know, that does bring my profit margin down, to be completely transparent. To have to provide what I'm thinking of providing, there's not a lot of money made per subscription, and I know a lot of these companies, you know, I'm talking about Vinyl Me Please mostly. I mean, I feel like they're making huge margins based on their how many records they press. As you press more records, the cost of pressing goes down. So when you have a huge following, it's just obvious that they're kind of making a little more money than probably they need to necessarily, but that's neither here nor there. What I want to do for the Too Many Records Record Club is I want to have 2 sealed records every month and then 1 random used record. And that used record isn't going to be some beater Christmas record. It's going to be a cool, good condition used record from an era. Probably a modern record based on my tastes, but it'll be from the store or from my collection. And basically the 2 records every month that are sealed, they could be modern, they could be classic, but there'll be a new either reissue or a new album, and everyone gets the same 2 records every month. And I'm going to write up a little blurb as to why I chose them. And I'm going to obviously choose things that are not hyper niche, that are not things that your average person couldn't get into, but ideally things that I can show my passion for and bring to you guys, so you can discover music and actually own the music right away. And, you know, if you don't like it, you know, you can always trade it or sell it. There's, you know, you're never stuck with a record. That's the cool thing about record collecting, is that there's always a way to take a record you have and turn it into cash, turn it into another record, whatever it may be. There's so many avenues to do that. So when I buy records, they never really feel like it's a sunk cost. It always feels like it's either a great addition to my collection or it's the next step to getting the next addition to my collection, if that makes sense. And what we're trying to do is, I think $50 a month seems pretty fair for 3 records, especially, you know, 2 sealed records and with my curation and my thoughts about it. And if you're local, you could just pick it up at the store every month. It would be probably the first of the month is what I'm assuming. And you would come and you would get your package. And if you want to mail order it, I'd probably charge $5 for shipping. But the idea is that every month you get this new thing, and maybe I'll theme it every month. I'm not sure. There's still some thoughts to be had, but that's kind of the baseline, what it's going to be. And right now on the Indiegogo that we're doing for the crowdfund for the store, I'm offering a year membership for a pretty heavy discount. I think it's like $100 off what it would be if you went and did it for the year after we open. So if you trust my taste and you want to jump into something, it's a great way to help the store. Those funds right now will really help us be able to get the store up and running when it comes to all the costs associated with the beginning of the store. And I think you guys will really enjoy it. I think that, you know, this membership is something that people will find awesome music and then not have to seek it out because you'll own it. It'll be in your collection, ready to spin. So that's kind of my thinking on it. You know, when the store opens, we will offer month to month for this. So, you know, it's not going to be a year or nothing. But I'm also open to suggestion. I'd love for you guys to leave comments about what things you enjoy about record clubs and what things you don't. If you have suggestions for the Too Many Records Record Club specifically, I'd love to hear those as well. But ultimately, if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing, I'd love to answer them for you. And if you have the means to support, please check out the Indiegogo. We have a ton of really cool perks for the store. We have some stuff involving shopping at the store itself. We have a bunch of cool merch, like these awesome hats and other things like that. And we have the early bird membership for the record club. So hopefully you guys think this is a cool idea. I mean, you're watching this channel for a reason, and I want to give back to you guys as often and as cool as I can in method. So take a look. Let me see what you guys think in the comments about record clubs in general and what I'm trying to do as a record club. I just think it would be a fun thing for me to do, and I think a lot of people would find a lot of benefit from being a part of it. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching this, guys. There's going to be more kind of these impromptu one-take videos coming. I know people like them in the past and have asked me to do more, so this is an easy way for me to just pop in front of my phone, do a quick video, and hopefully get some thoughts. So the hunt for the space continues. I'll do some updates about what makes a perfect record store in the near future. But for now, thank you for everyone that supported the Indiegogo so far and made so many kind comments on the last video about the record store opening in the coming months. So thanks, guys. We will do more of these soon.